Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Exiles, a fantastic series. This came out way back in 2001. It was written by Judd Winick and illustrated by Mike McKone, at least the first two issues that we're going to cover. This was a fantastic run. Like, it sort of tanked at the end, but it was consistent with some really, really good stories. And it was a weird fusion because it felt like an X series. Like, all these characters in principle are mutants at first, but they were jumping across dimensions. It reminded me a lot of Quantum Leap. Now we're gonna get into that TV series that I really liked back then, back in the late '80s, early '90s. I can't remember when it came out, but I remember seeing it when I was a kid. I also felt had a really, because since they're going to one dimension to another, sort of filled in the shoes for a What If series too at the same time. So it brought a lot to the table. You also got Morph, classic Age of Apocalypse character, Blink, Mimic, classic X-Men villain. This guy had no idea who he was. Now we're gonna get into that. Female Nightcrawler, and this guy that looks like X-Men or a female version of Rogue. Before I spoil the hell out of it, again, if you haven't read it, go out, get this series. At least the first 50 issues are not going to disappoint you. All the heroes start getting teleported to this desert place. So we have Blink, this character, the female Nightcrawler, her name is Nocturne. Morph arrives, and what's apparent is, like, Blink knows Morph, says, "Hey, I thought you were dead," and so on and so forth. And Morph has no idea because they're coming from different realities. This is not the Age of Apocalypse Morph. We have John Proudstar. It's great to see this character. Like, since he was killed in the main 16 universe, like, you would never see this character. So here and in the House of M are the only times I got to see this character in action. I never understood how this series made Mimic such a kick-ass character, and the main 616 Mimic is such a loser. And we got this kid called Magnus. He's the son of Magneto and Rogue in his respective reality. All these characters come from different realities. And this guy's called the Time Broker, I think. And he tells all these characters, like, guys, been unhinged from your respective realities because there's been some hiccups in time. Something went down, something caused temporal distortions that are sort of wiping realities away. And you're going to go crossing the universe. I'm going to give you a little device, and you're going to have to fix these situations so they don't go down, and reality and the multiverse can stay alive and well. If you don't, basically none of you are going to exist in the first place because all these hiccups are destroying your respective realities. So, like that Quantum Leap vibe, that they go to a place, they have a mission. It's very vague, the mission, so sometimes they screw up a lot of times. So we get Nocturne, the origins of her reality. She was part of the X-Men, where Nightcrawler was like the head honcho. John Proudstar, who was experimented by Apocalypse. Magnus, we already talked about. Mimic, who was a great X-Men in his reality, wasn't the loser. Blink, who I really love her characterization in the series, and she was one of my favorite Age of Apocalypse characters, so it's great to see her back in a series. Go on their first mission. They go to a planet, like, where all the superheroes had been captured, imprisoned, and seemingly they say they have to go find the great teacher. So they go out, and they think they're talking about Xavier. They go break him out of prison, but what they discover is that this Xavier is evil as fuck. He's planning to take over the world, takes all the kids down. They made a really big mistake. Is sort of a dick because he could have told them that actually they have to go out and find Magneto, who is actually the great professor. So the whole story revolves around that they have to find Magneto while Xavier's causing all types of chaos. He frees Juggernaut. The big thing about the series is, like, they kill off characters on the team all the time. So you don't never have to feel too attached to any character because they're going to straight up kill him off very quickly. In this story, Magnus commits the ultimate sacrifice to help liberate this Earth's heroes and liberate Magneto so they can set this reality straight. And it's just, again, it's a real fun run. We start off on the right foot. This whole thing of dimension jumping, making mistakes, characters you never know what's going on. Like, the tension's always really high in the series. Even the filler issues are awesome. The only bad thing, I always thought Kang was going to pop up in the series. He never did. So Magnus dies. We get a female Sunfire. The fill-in for his shoes, Mariko. So, hope you like this video. If you haven't read Exiles, get your hands on it. It's fantastic. Bye.